Good day, everyone. So today we will have your first lesson in Block 8. So we have here the question hook, which is digit shows the tens in 1.3. Which digit shows the tens in 1.3? So always remember that 1 will represent your ones or 1, and the dot will separate your whole number and your decimal number. So 30 is what we called tens. So we can say that the digit 30 in 1.3 shows the tens place. The second question, which digit shows the hundreds in 1.24? Again, we need to look at the decimal number 1.24. So your 1 represent your ones, and your digit or your decimal point separates your whole number and decimal number. So 2 is what we call tenths, and 4 is your hundreds. So we can say that the digit 4 in 1.24 shows the hundreds place. So today we will learn about tens and hundreds. This would be our aim for today. We will represent tens and hundreds of a decimal number using the hundreds grid. Let's proceed with our activity. In your activity, you need to identify the whole number part and the decimal part in each decimal number. Shade the parts in the grids to represent the given decimal number. Again, first thing you need to do is to identify your whole number part. And the second would be your decimal part. The next would be shade the number of your whole number or the total of your whole number in our hundreds grid. Let's start. Let's have letter A. We have 0.08. So we have here the next of your decimal point 0 is what we called our tenths. And 8 is our hundreds. So because the digit there is 8, so that would become your whole number over, again, what is the place value of your 8? That is hundreds. So we will put 100 below of your whole number part 8. So we got the fraction of 0.08, which is 8 hundredths or 8 over 100. So if we will shade the following, we'll just count 8 in our hundreds grid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we shade 8 boxes to represent 8 hundredths. Now it's your turn to answer letter B. Okay, let's try another example. Letter B. 1.57. 1.57. So the first thing we need to do is to define or identify your whole number. To identify your whole number, you just copy the digits 157, that is 157, over. Look at your last decimal digit, that is 7. The place value of your last digit or decimal digit is hundreds. So we'll put 100. So we got the fraction of 1.57, which is 157 hundredths, or 157 over 100. So enable for us to shade the following. We all know that one whole box is represent 100. So we will shade them all. So we have now 100 and the remaining is 57. So we'll have 57 in the second hundreds grade. So we have here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and the 7 ones. We got 157 in the hundreds grade. Now it's your turn to answer letter C and D in your math notebook using the hundreds grade. Again, the first thing you need to do is to identify your whole number. Next is the decimal place part and shade it in our hundreds grade. Now I want you to pause the video to answer in your math notebook. Okay, time is up. So let's answer letter C and check if you got the correct answer. So we have here 1.24, 1.24. So the first thing we need to do is to copy the digits as a whole number, 124 or 124 over, look at your last digit, that is 4. The place value is hundreds. So we'll put 100, or we can see that the fraction of 1.24 is 124 over 100. So we'll now shade the following to represent in the hundreds grade. 124. So we have 100. So we need to shade one whole blocks, and we need to shade 24 in the second 100 grades. 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 24. So this is how we shade 1.24 in the hundreds grade. Did you got the same answer? Very good. So let's have letter D. We have 4.06. So again, we need to write the digits 406. So we got the whole number 406. And the last digit is 6, wherein the place value is hundreds. So 406 over 100. So we need to have 500 grades because we are having 406. So we'll shade the 4 whole hundreds grade to represent 400, and the remaining is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 406 shaded in a hundreds grade. So how can we represent decimal numbers using the hundreds grade? First, you need to identify the whole number part as numerator. Second, identify the place value part as the denominator. Or simply, if your decimal digit is only 1, that means your denominator would be 10. If your decimal digit is 2, meaning the denominator is 100. So dep it depends on how many decimal digit that you have will represent the number of your zeros. And the third one is the shade, the whole number part in the hundreds grid. Okay, let's try this one. How will you write 8.1 and 8.01 as a fraction? So the first thing we need to do is to write the digit ignored, or you just need to ignore the decimal point. So we got the whole number 81 over. Okay, look at your decimal digit. How many? Okay, only one. So meaning the zero in our whole number, or in our decimal digit, as the denominator would be only 1. So we got 10. How about an 8.01? We need to copy first the decimal, or the numbers or the digits that we have. That is 801 or 801 over. Look how many decimal digits we have. It's 2. So we need to write 2 zeros and 1 at the start of it. So we got 100 or 801 over 100. So always remember, when you are writing a decimal number, always remember that when you are converting it into fraction, we need to write the decimal. Mali.